Hey, it's Shannon Burns. You might recognize me from hosting a show on Virgin Radio or the numerous interviews that I've done with Tate McRae throughout her career. It's probably one of the most things that I'm proud of are the conversations that her and I have had together. I've been so lucky that from really the beginning of her music career, I've had the opportunity to sit down with her and talk to her about so many incredible things. And it's very cool that every few months she comes back in and I get to catch up with her about everything that's going on in her life. And if you're a fan of Tate McRae, which you might be because you're watching this video, you also know just what an incredible career she has had so far in the music industry. And I really feel like she's just getting started. Tate McRae. Here with Tate McRae. Hi, Tate. Here with my friend Tate McRae. By Tate McRae, how are you? Joined by my good friend Tate McRae. Joined by Tate McRae, how are you doing? Hi, Tate. Hi, how are you? First opportunity to sit down with Tate. When we were both, I just feel like we were just such babies at that time. It was pre-COVID when we first met. We did a TikTok dance together. She taught me a few dance moves, and we had a really good conversation about her working with Billie Eilish and FINNEAS. And I think that was something exciting for fans because they weren't super aware of that at that time. Also at that time, this goes to show how long ago it's been now, she was getting a lot of comparisons to Billie Eilish at that time, which is very surprising because now all the comparisons are people like Britney Spears and all these other major pop stars. So we talked about that. What really stuck out to me from that interview in particular was her talking about when she was talking to different music labels about who she was going to sign with. And some of the music labels didn't see her dancing as necessarily an asset in her career. So it's very fascinating to see that now with how much dance has become a part of her career, just how far she's come with it and how she knew from day one that that was something that was important to her and something that she wanted to bring into her career as well. Hey guys, it's Shannon from iHeartRadio Nights here with Tate McRae. Hello. How are you? How are you? Your EP came out today. Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How's it feel?
Crazy. I'm so excited. It's finally out.
Yeah. I guess you've been like sitting on it for a bit, hey? Just like anticipating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you've had a crazy day, but have you had a chance to like go online and like see the reaction from fans and all that?
Yeah. I think they're liking it so far.
Yeah.
Which is good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. And I guess you just have to like keep going all day. It's a busy day for you.
Yeah. It's awesome though. I love it.
Yeah. And you also have sold out part 1 of your tour.
Yes.
Just all of the things.
Crazy.
Yeah. How does that feel?
It's amazing. I mean, it's my first time like playing shows.
Yeah.
So we did LA, Chicago last night, and then Toronto on Saturday. So
right.
I'm stoked.
Yeah. And then you just keep going. Is that exhausting for you now? Just to like, you're just going, or are you just used to that by now?
I'm kind of used to I've been a dancer my whole life, so I'm kind of used to it, but it's definitely busy right now.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, so you started as a dancer and you're just like conquering that and accomplishing all these things. And then now you're getting into music. Like, how did you make that transition? Or was that always something that was there?
Well, okay, so I've been dancing and singing since I was like super little.
Right.
But dancing was definitely like a bigger commitment when I was like 6 to like forever.
Yeah.
And singing kind of came in like 2 years ago when I started to write songs, and then I posted one online.
Yeah. And how it now has 30 million views.
Yeah, I kind of went a little viral. Yeah. So kept on posting original songs and then getting into writing sessions, signed, and then just like it's been like that.
You make it sound like it's like I wrote a song, and now I'm here, and now I'm a huge star.
I wrote a song.
Yeah, it's so easy. That's sweet. Did you expect the reaction that it got? I guess you can't expect that, right?
No, the song was a total accident. So I basically like posted online, didn't even have a title. Right. It's called I Wrote a Song, literally. And I put it online like after like an hour of writing it. And I was like, I had nothing to post. So I just put it out there and then just like got a random reaction. I was like, this is crazy.
That is insane. I know. And then the more that you put out, like you're just still getting the same reaction. So it's going to feel good.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's really
I want to talk a little bit about your writing process because yeah, you just like randomly were like, okay, I'm going to write a song. And then you wrote a song and then that's it?
Yeah. I mean, I've always loved writing.
Okay.
Like in school, I like poetry, things like that. But getting into like writing sessions and working with producers is my favorite thing ever.
Really?
Because I'm like really bad at talking about myself as a person. Like my like talking about my emotions. Like, it's like really hard for me.
Yeah.
And so my songwriting is like basically my only outlet to like actually get things out.
Right. Do you usually start with the lyrics? Do you start with music or just like an idea?
usually in a session they'll strum something or strums. They'll play something on a guitar.
They can strum it, yeah.
Or a piano or something. And then I'll just start like freestyling, and subconsciously whatever comes out,
right,
I go off of that.
Yeah. Do you try and go based off like an experience that you're going through at that time, or are you just like picking a random topic and you're like, okay, let's do this?
Most of the time, like my subconscious will literally say what I'm like feeling.
That's so sweet.
Which is weird. Yeah. Like I'll just think of things randomly and don't even know what I'm talking about, and then I'll try and shape into a topic.
But that, I feel like that's what makes a good songwriter. Like that, you just like comes from within, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk about Tear Myself Apart.
Yes.
So co-written by Billie Eilish and FINNEAS?
Yeah, so Billie and FINNEAS wrote this song, and it was like in September, and then they like offered me the song, and then I recorded it, whatever, did my thing on it, and it was pretty cool.
How did they even reach out to you? How does that all work?
It went through my label.
Okay.
So
they were just like, hey, we wrote this song, we want it for Tate, and then you just got that call or that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was sick. It was pretty cool.
I guess that's all right.
Yeah, and then I got to meet her like a week later.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan. So.
Let's see. Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
And you get a lot of comparisons to Billie. Is that offensive, or is that a compliment?
It's definitely not offensive.
Yeah,
I mean, she's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
No,
I don't hear it either. I feel like our music is very different. But I mean, I would take it as a compliment. She's amazing.
She's the best. Like,
she's so good.
Do you think it's based on the fact that you're like young and a songwriter and like have sad pop songs? And
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I mean, like emo teens like to listen to our music.
Hey,
so
if it works, it works. Is that somebody like? Could you see yourself collabing with her, or is there somebody else in the industry that you're like, oh, I'd love to like be on a track with them?
I mean, that'd be amazing, but definitely Khalid or Post Malone or like Jessie Reyes.
Yeah.
I love them.
So was there an exact moment where you're like, okay, dancing's cool, but I really want to start pursuing singing? Or did it all just kind of coincide?
I mean, definitely the moment when I signed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can put these two together.
Right.
And then I can actually make things with my full vision. You know, being able to write a song and then bring it to life through my dancing is like a dream of mine. Like that's all I want to do. Is just like have full creative vision on my projects. And I mean, that's what I'm getting to do, which is so exciting for me. So, I mean, I still dance like just as much. I'm just doing something else that I love at the same time, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's cool that you can add that to it and not like take away the dancing.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, some labels were like, all right, if you sign with us, like you're gonna have to take away the dancing completely.
Why?
And I was like, what? I'm like, I think that's such a huge part of me. And I'm like, you know, so when RCA came in and they're like, that's one of our favorite parts of you, I was like, oh my God, yes. Like, yeah, for sure. That was definitely like what made me sign with them, was I needed to have that part of me involved in this whole thing.
Yeah. There's a whole reason that there's like the triple threat thing, like singing and dancing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you kind of have like a Hannah Montana lifestyle where you're like going to LA, working on music, but then you're also in high school still, right?
Yeah. So I go to public school.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's crazy.
And I mean, when I come back, it's very chill, very normal. I mean, people like definitely know because everything's on social media,
right?
So people are aware of it, but
like living two different lives.
Oh, it's so interesting. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Because no one really ever understands what's going on.
No.
So it's like really confusing all the time, and I like try to explain it, but I can't. Like, it's like really hard to explain. So
yeah,
I don't try most of the time. So it's just like normal and like crazy.
Right. You can just be like, look online.
Yeah.
Like see what I'm going to get to.
Yeah.
Just you'll see my sold out show.
You'll see.
I'll see you in math class later.
Yeah.
Literally what it's like.
Literally what it is.
Yeah. Have you had the experience so far where like one of your like fake friends comes up to you and is like, that song, it wasn't about me, right? And then you have to be like, no, it wasn't.
Well, I think they would know.
Would they?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, well, not. I mean, it depends. Okay. I mean, I haven't really run into that situation yet.
Yeah,
which is good. Yeah. That'd be awkward.
Yeah.
But I know it's been fine for right now.
Okay.
I mean, usually I'm pretty like chill with everyone.
Okay.
Like I don't have beef with anyone.
Right. It's not like you're like hanging out one-on-one with somebody that you like hate.
No. Yeah. Of course not. I mean, I'm a super straight up person. Like you'll know if I'm like mad. But I don't like drama. So it's like anything I can get to like push that away. Like
Yeah.
That's good.
Do you find it hard now too, because your fame is just growing and growing? Do you find that people treat you different, or you can like tell that people want to be your friend just for like clout?
I mean, sometimes it's kind of like you can just see who sticks around. Like when people come out of the blue, like when they start to contact you, which is like weird. But you can also just like, I know who my true friends are who have been there for me since like day one, and who also are there for me every single day, and it's a constant thing. So I feel like it's like easy to tell, but also, I mean, I don't worry too much about it, but definitely I know who my true friends are.
Right. Yeah. And I guess you don't even have time to worry about it because you're literally going nonstop.
So busy. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I don't think about that too much. I mean, people are just like, as long as they're not like weird, that's fine.
Yeah, that's good. You can see through that.
Yeah.
Hey, Tate, congrats on the EP.
Thank you.
Congrats on the sold out tour.
Thank you.
All the
so
things.
much.
Can't wait to see where you go. Another time I got to catch up with Tate was when she was on tour. We got to really chat about everything that was going on in her life at that time. And something that she was supposed to do but didn't end up getting to do was open for Shawn Mendes on his tour. But she did share a story with me about a time that Shawn braved some high winds and storms to come to her show and actually just be in the audience to watch her perform. Hey, it's Shannon from iHeartRadio Canada, joined by my good friend Tate McRae. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We were just talking about how nice it is to be back in person.
Yes.
Good to see you in the flesh.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I talked to you a few weeks ago just on Zoom. But since we talked last time, you have started your tour. You're in your tour. You're in Canada right now, which is nice to have you back. How's it been going?
It's been wild. Tour is crazier than I ever thought it would be. Yeah. My fans are crazy.
Yeah.
I love them.
I can imagine going from the pandemic and being alone in your room and writing songs and all the things to then now seeing everybody face to face has got to be such a polar opposite, right?
Yeah, it feels, everything is starting to sink in and feel real now.
Yeah.
Before, nothing felt real at all. I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, like a weird fever dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. Okay, I wanted to know this about you. Do you have a rider on tour?
I do. I have a pretty lame rider, though.
What's on your rider?
It's like veggies, pineapple, popcorn, hot Cheetos, coffee, Celsius, and water.
Nice. That's not bad. That's pretty impressive.
That's my rider.
Yeah, I saw that you tweeted that you hate salad, right?
Yeah, I don't like salad. I mean, it's like fine.
Yeah.
It's not like enjoyable though. I wouldn't say.
You're not gonna like go out of your way to get excited about a salad.
I wouldn't get excited about it. But do you know what? Arugula with lemon and salt slaps. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know why, but it does. It's really good.
Interesting. Okay. Odd taste.
You should try it.
I will try it. Before I judge, I'll try it.
Right.
Do you have a favorite food though? Would you like go to? Or if you just want to like veg out?
I love mac and cheese.
Nice. Are you a ketchup on a mac and cheese or no ketchup?
I'm a ketchup on everything except for mac and cheese.
What?
Yeah. I will put it on anything.
Okay.
Anything.
Interesting. Again, not judging, but you should.
Are you a ketchup on mac and cheese?
I'm like too much ketchup on mac and cheese, where it like changes color.
Right.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Okay, we're judging each other now. Right. I love it. Okay, you're one step closer to the album being released. You made the announcement. How are you feeling leading up to May 27th?
I'm terrified. I think I just want to change everything. Like literally, it's so stressful because now all I can do is just like critique it. Like, and I it's like hard to enjoy it unless it's like out and people are reacting well. Like that's the only way you can enjoy it.
Right. Do you think you'll enjoy it more? Because obviously when it comes out, everyone's going to love it. Do you think that will change your mind about how you're feeling about it now?
I hope so. I mean, the thing is that I originally loved the songs. When I listened back the first time and I like write it and I'm like, oh, wow. But then 7 months later, when you've heard them all a bazillion times, you just have no idea anymore. Right. They all like sound like aliens to me.
What would you change about it? Like production, lyrics?
I think I love it. I think I love it, but it's just hard to settle down and let it be.
Right. I think it's like when anybody watches themselves on camera or anything like that, where they're like just nitpicking when things people wouldn't even notice.
No, 100%. I'm seeing and hearing things that no one would be able to hear.
Right.
But just drive me insane.
Yeah.
So
I can imagine. Okay, I love the title. I used to think I could fly. Can you explain more of the meaning behind that?
Yeah, I basically always had this obsession with flying. I've always been able to fly in my dreams, and I actually always wanted to do a title like this for an album since I was like 9 years old. So it's crazy that I'm actually doing it. But yeah, it basically talks about this summer I we were just talking about this, like I turned 18, moved to LA, like so much was changing, and I feel like I got smacked in the face with the reality. And I was like, okay, this is what life feels like.
Right.
And I think that's like the definition of growing up is like people realize their insecurities and their fears and what they're scared of and what they have to do. And it's really scary. Yeah. And so that's kind of how I feel like the album, you know, is sounding. That's what I talk about and everything. So
yeah, I know that is tough about growing up, where you think that you're going to be like more confident in all these things, which I'm sure that you are.
Totally.
And with that comes like a lot of anxieties and fears too, right?
Right. I mean, I remember when I was younger, I was like 10 years old. Someone said to me like, oh, as soon as you grow up, like everything gets harder. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. They're like, yeah, everything gets worse. And I'm like, that's such a horrible,
who told you that?
way to look at life. I would never want to see that. And then there's like little glimpses of that, and you're like, wow, growing up is like kind of scary. And just being an adult is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a good job of it so far.
Thank you.
Yeah. We were talking off camera about how the first time that we met, you were just talking about moving to LA and living on your own and all the things. How has the experience been living alone, like not at your parents' house anymore?
I mean, it's definitely challenging because I've realized that I'm completely incapable of doing any adult things. Like, I feel like I've devoted so much time towards like my singing and dancing and everything that I like don't know how to cook. I don't know how to clean. I don't know how to do my laundry.
Right.
I've had to learn how to do everything.
Do you have to outsource for that?
Yeah, I eat a lot of Trader Joe's mac and cheese 24/7
without ketchup.
Without ketchup. And yeah, it's interesting. And then also it's like weird because I have to actually plan things now.
Right.
Which I'm like, I'm not gonna make plans with my friends. It's just so much work.
Really? So you just won't?
I'll just stay in my house.
Yeah. What's the best thing though about like living on your own? That independence?
Independence, I think.
Yeah.
I love the fact when I have like a schedule and I'm like a working girl, like you know, head to my session and pick up some wine. You know what I mean? Like it's very refreshing to not feel like you're like being controlled.
Right. Yeah. Just doing your own thing. Okay, so I know when you first got into music, you were dancing, wanted to get into singing, made a song on YouTube, it blew up, all that stuff. Was there any challenges with not having any like professional training when it came to singing, when you would go into like studio sessions and things like that?
Well, I was actually classically trained.
Oh, you were? Okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
So I would do it for like half an hour a week, like very
okay.
But I used to sing like opera.
Oh, no way. Yeah. That's like Jason Derulo. That's like
really?
He's like classically trained. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like it's very interesting. Like I have a super raspy voice, but which like my old singing teacher like hated. Oh, okay. She just like did not like it. But I used to like. There's videos of me being like, oh, like
you should incorporate that into your.
I really should.
Yeah.
It sometimes slips out if I'm writing like really. I have this one song on my album that's like really beautiful and classical and it like kind of slips out a little bit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you talked about how the album has like a few different genres in it, right? What kind of genres can we expect?
Everything.
Yeah?
There's everything in this album. Yeah, I just genuinely wanted everyone to get a taste of what they liked.
Right.
And you know, I was thinking about like every single person that could listen to this, and I think people will want what they want, and I think they'll get a piece of that in this album. There's
nice.
Like 12 tracks that are all so different.
Amazing. Yeah. So good. Is there any genre that you haven't done that you'd like to touch on or get into?
Yeah, I mean, I think I haven't created like a super pop song before.
Right.
I feel like all my stuff is like kind of alternative. So like maybe one day I'll write something that's just
nice,
full on Katy Perry mode.
Yeah, love it. I love it. I also love how much you tease your fans online with like snippets of your songs and like how often you're like, you want this one? How is that from your side of things, just getting that wave of comments of people like demanding that you drop songs?
Honestly, I do it because I cannot like make up my mind about anything. So if my managers will be like, what do you want to release? I'm like, no idea. Like let me ask. I don't know. Let me like tease it and see what they like. And they're really honest. Like they'll tell me what they want.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want.
So. Right. And has that changed the outcome then at the end because of your fans?
Yeah, for sure. It's also made songs that I've been like, She's All I Want to Be, I was terrified of because I wrote that all by myself. And I was in the room with the producer who's very much like, okay, we just like gave each other a high five. And like, how do you know if that's a good song? Like right. I don't know, I just wrote it in an hour and then it's going to be my big single. And I'm like, I have no idea if this is even good or not. And if I'm talking about anything that's worth listening to. And then I was, after asking like a million questions and like teasing on the internet for forever, I was like, okay, I should give it to them.
Yeah, finally. Yeah. Have you ever had that with a song where you had that confidence where you're like, oh, this one's gonna like hit hard?
I definitely knew You Broke Me First was gonna hit hard because I was like would cry over that song.
You're like, perfect.
But like She's All I Want to Be, same kind of like emotions. Like that one did not like feel good to write,
right?
But it felt good to listen to.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and the tour's been going well. You said, what do you like to do to unwind after a show? What's your usual routine? Sleep.
Yeah, sleep. Usually we all just like I basically like love my crew. They're the best ever. The band, the dancers, they're all like really close friends of mine. So we all just like chill backstage and try to relax after shows because there's so much adrenaline. I'll be up till like 3 a.m.
Right. Yeah, that's gotta be hard.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, and you had Shawn Mendes show up at a show of yours recently.
Yeah, he came to my show in Austin, which, okay, this day was beyond crazy. Okay. There was tornadoes like a mile away from us.
No.
So I wasn't, expecting anyone to show up because I'm like, who would come to a concert in a tornado? Not me. But everyone showed up.
Amazing.
And then Shawn Mendes showed up, and he was in the back of the room, and I didn't know. My entire like team knew, and they like didn't tell me.
Really?
Thank God.
Yeah. Did they not tell you on purpose because they knew that you would have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. I'm happy he came.
Nice. What are you looking forward to most with going on tour with him?
I feel like he's like very motivated. And I feel like I'm gonna get jacked because I have a feeling that he's gonna like work out every day like really aggressively, and then I'm gonna want to do the same.
Yeah, you'll like see him working out and you're like, okay, fine.
I'll go
do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, your friend Olivia just won 3 Grammys yesterday. How did that feel for you to see her? That's gotta be so fun.
So proud of her. She's absolutely killing it. She's insane.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
That's so nice. And you're up for 2 Junos.
Yeah.
In big categories too.
Crazy.
Yeah. How are you feeling about that?
I mean, I like totally even forgot about that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, it's all very exciting. There's so much going on right now. It's hard to wrap my head around anything right now.
I can totally understand.
It's been so busy.
Tate is also so fun to talk to because in between the times that she comes in, you start to see things online that I kind of make mental notes about where I'm like, okay, I want to ask her about that the next time that I see her. And one of those things was her working out with Glen Powell. I knew she's friends with Jake Shane, so seeing him in videos online of them working out at the gym together was not surprising. But then when you see Glen Powell in there as well, I just had to ask what that was all about.
Hi, Tate.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. It's been so long.
I know it's been too long. But you've had so much success in the last little bit. It's so crazy to watch from afar.
It's been crazy.
Yeah, I feel like you've been hitting so many milestones. And this is actually a milestone for you and I. This is our 10th interview.
What?
Yeah. Wow. Isn't that insane?
Such a good pair. It's perfect.
Hey, it's Shannon from iHeartRadio Canada, joined by my good friend Tate McRae. Tate McRae, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's so good to see you. Not as fun as last time we were in person, dancing, doing TikToks, but I love the sign that says Tate McSlay.
Hell yeah.
Who is the person that you're most excited that has like followed you online since your rise to fame?
Yeah. I could never choose.
Tate McRae. Everyone clap. Woo. Yay.
They keep bringing us together. Also, before we get started, I saw this on Twitter this morning. And I have to show you because I don't know if you've seen it already. There's a photo going around of a young Lady Gaga that people are saying looks like you.
Really?
I know your thoughts on it. It's right. Do you see it?
I see it actually.
I can see it too.
I gotta see it. I've heard that comparison before.
That's crazy. And that photo was taken in 2003, which is also wild because that's when you were born.
Out of the womb.
Yeah. Really. You guys are like connected in another life or something. Yeah, it's true. Have you had a chance to relax? Will you get a chance to relax before heading out on tour and everything?
Yeah, I went home for Christmas and New Year's and just kind of spent some time with my family. And now I just literally got back into the studio yesterday. So I took like a nice little break after a very crazy couple months.
Yeah, back in the studio, like writing?
Yeah, I mean, just like chill, just like getting back into it. But yeah, all good.
Crazy. Congrats on the album. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
It's so good. I can't believe like everything that you're doing. It's so awesome. Last time that we chatted, you talked about disliking home shows. I like doing shows in your hometown.
My last tour was last year and we didn't start with Calgary on it.
Okay.
So now I'm like scared of it because I'm like, I haven't done it for now like 3 years. I'm now just like terrified to like see my friends. And also all my friends they're like, oh, you should play a show in Calgary. And now I'm just like, no. Maybe one day we'll make our way over there.
And now you're doing a show in your hometown. How do you feel about that?
I'm really excited now. I think I'm like getting to a point where I'm like, okay, now I just have to be excited. I'm obviously still terrified because like performing for people is 10 times worse than performing for complete strangers. But I'm like ready. Stampede's so fun. Everyone will be there and having a good time. So I'm excited. It'll be good.
Yeah. I feel like it's a good time of year too. People will just be like partying and
it's summer. It's like, it's good. And Stampede, no one really cares. So maybe it'll just be like easy for show.
Yeah, everyone will just be like wasted.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, totally. How does it feel for you? Because every time that you come to town, I try and see you, and every single time that you're here, you're in a bigger and bigger venue. So that's got to be so surreal, like every time you come to a city again, that it's just bigger than the last time.
Yeah, I mean, I think in Toronto this year, we're playing Budweiser, which is like 16,000 people or something, which is like so crazy. But yeah, I'm beyond excited for a tour this year. I think it's just, it's some of my biggest venues, and I'm able to like actually put together like a real show this time, which with like lots of things going on. So I'm excited to start like talking about it and making it come to life.
Yeah. Have you done a lot of stuff to like prepare for the tour, or is that still to come?
We're like just getting into conversations right now, but I definitely will be like, waist deep in all the creatives of the visuals and the choreography and making sure that it's, very like in line with all the music videos and everything. So I'm excited to start working on it.
Yeah, totally. It's crazy to hear that so much of the album was like done in such a short amount of time. What do you feel like you take, because that's going to be like a big learning experience as well. So what do you take away from that you'll then take into the future when going back into the studio and doing your next project?
I honestly think I realized that I work really well under pressure. We got to do it in like 2 weeks and we got so much done. I walked in with like my whiteboard and it was like, everyone get to work. And it was funny just because I feel like that when you're not even thinking about it and you kind of take the pressure off is the best type of writing. Like last minute ideas and things that feel stupid end up turning into like the greatest things sometimes. So I think walking into this next cycle of music, I think I don't really want to think too hard about, figuring out all the production and things before I go in, and kind of just like sticking with an idea and trying to just tell stories as best as I can. And I think it's very cool now because I feel like I've found my people that I really love to write with. So it's fun because you can just dive deeper.
That's a good point too, that you like doing it quickly, you just don't have a chance to overthink it, right?
No.
That's crazy. Is there anything that you haven't written about that you want to write about in the future, or like any themes or anything?
So many things. I mean, I think there's, even on this last album, like I was very particular on making it very pop and also just being a lot more like playful in the studio. But there's so many things I haven't talked about my personality and, things that I go through that I still feel like I need to crack and I need to figure out what that is. So I think that's just going to be me living life, being 20 and 21 and figuring out like what are the little things that I'm not even seeing from my perspective and trying to figure out what that is.
Yeah, that's cool that you can like document that in such a art form as you age. It's like a scrapbook, but yeah, it's crazy.
It's so interesting because sometimes when you write, it's such a weird thing because I really believe in like manifesting, and whatever you write down is like very important. Like your word is very important. And sometimes you can completely write a song and manifest it into your life, which is so freaky. Or you can like write about a concept and it gives you complete clarity about something that you were like, whoa, I didn't even see that in person. So it's so fascinating sometimes. I'm just like, this is so wild. I predicted this like 6 months ago.
That's so crazy. And like therapy too, I guess, hey? Because it's like, it forces you to think about things and all of that. Yeah. Okay, so I was watching your Instagram story the other day, and it's you, Glen Powell, and Shane, aka Pass That Puss, just working out together. No context. What was going on? Just friends working out?
No, I don't really know what happened to get that trio together. Me and Pass That Puss, Jake Shane are like workout buddies, so we'll be at Aloe every single day working out, and it's the funniest thing ever. Like we're just like, well, Dumb and Dumber. But then I don't know how Glen Powell got in the mix, but it was a very interesting and wise session.
Yeah, I love that. I literally had to like watch it twice and be like, is that Glen Powell?
What
Like,
is going on? Yeah, that's always me and Jake. Like, that's our social hour is our workout. So it's just hilarious. We'll always like bump into the most crazy people and work out with them.
that's so wild. With you being good at so many things, because you're just one of the most talented people that I've ever met when it comes to like songwriting, performing, everything. Is there anything that you're personally just wanting to improve on or like work on with yourself? Like for myself, I want to be better at texting my friends this year because I'm so bad at texting back. So whether it's like professionally or personally.
Same. I just get so much anxiety responding to text. Like,
Yeah.
I'll look at it and be like, I'm not gonna respond. So that I think also just like I just want to get off my phone and learn as much as I can this year. I think like I just want to get as much knowledge as possible and read and listen to podcasts and watch movies and films and just, try to just like spend my off time, not just like endlessly scrolling into the abyss and doing nothing. So I'm like, I just want to be a little more proactive about that, I would say.
Totally. Yeah, I'm the exact same way. So much easier said than done. Amazing. Tate, so proud of you. Can't wait for our 11th interview. Happy 10th interview. This was amazing.
Aw, I missed you. Mwah.
Something, if you're true Tatertot, you know that she is good friends with Olivia Rodrigo. And it was really cool being able to ask her about that friendship with Olivia and find out that they would actually just go on drives together and play each other their songs to really get real feedback from each other. Tate McRae, everyone clap. Woo! Yay! So good to have you back.
Thank
So
you.
good to see you. I was saying it's probably like our 10th interview together.
We've done so many. I love it.
So many memories,
I
so many
know.
memes. I love it. I was talking about how I'm entering a marriage era. You're entering your pop girl era.
I'm watching my pop girl era.
How does that feel? How
Two
do you
different
feel?
eras.
Very different eras. Yeah.
Feels good. I'm so ready to drop this song. It's been forever.
Yeah. I know. Tell me about Greedy. I'm so excited for it. I along with everyone else, just have the little snippet
The 12 seconds of it.
that I've just listened to over and over in preparation for this. But yeah.
I'm so excited. Feels totally different than anything I've ever done. The music video is my favorite music video I've done yet. So I'm just very pumped for people to see like the full thing and it all come together.
Yeah,
Finally.
the Zamboni.
The Zamboni.
Is that just a call to your Canadian roots?
Yes. I was like, I have to learn how to drive a Zamboni. I have to. I just think this would be an iconic shot. And it was so fun.
So that's you actually driving it?
Yeah, it's not like a green
nice.
screen or anything.
Right.
I actually took lessons and everything.
Was it difficult?
No, it was like moved like 3 miles per hour. Like
Right.
so slow. But it looked like fake. It was like, it looked
Yeah.
like a green screen.
So if the music career doesn't work out,
Then, I'm your next Zamboni driver.
yeah, catch Tate at the local arena. Is that what they're
Seriously.
called? Skating rink.
Arena. Yeah.
Is it an arena?
Rank.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah.
Anyways.
Ryan Tedder.
Uh-huh.
How did that all come to be, working with him?
I worked with him. We've been like planning on writing for a second. I wrote with him once in the pandemic over Zoom. And Zoom just like sucked.
Yeah.
Like all those sessions were brutal. And then we finally worked this year in January for like a week. And it was at the end of this week where like, okay, we've done these songs, like certain style. And we're like, let's just do something random. Let's do something fun on the last day. Like kind of just like push ourselves and do something totally different. And then that's when we wrote Greedy. It was like the last day. So it was really fun. He's so talented and amazing.
Nice. So is that kind of the sound that we can expect like in the next project, or you said it's totally different?
I think it's all over.
Yeah.
There's not like too many with that sound, but it's definitely like one entity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. How does it feel like going from your first album to then having those experiences? Like, what do you take from that you can then bring into your next work?
I mean, I think with your first album, it's like, you're like, okay, how do I introduce myself? Like, you kind of just want to like nail down every part of your personality, and like you want to like, figure out what you want to say for the first time. And then for your sophomore album, it's like, okay, how do I like move on from that?
Right.
And I mean, people always say this, like girls, I feel like constantly have to like recreate themselves over and over again. And I think in this album, I really just like tuned into like a more feistier, like sexier, more like lovey side of me, which was interesting to play with.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting that with Greedy, right? Is that hard to have to kind of feel that need to reinvent yourself? Because I do feel like you see like Ariana Grande or like any pop star comes out in like a whole new look, or like Taylor Swift. And then it's like Ed Sheeran or whoever just comes out and does this, what they did already. Like it doesn't feel like they have to put as much effort. Maybe they do, but
I think so too.
Yeah, for women, I do feel like it is a lot harder.
I think people just expect girls to constantly just like come out with like brand new branding and brand new hair and brand new like, and you always have to be like leveling up. It's a super weird thing that the industry does. I don't think it's ever gonna die though. Like people still expect it. Every album you'll see like a girl come out and they're like, okay, I wonder what she's gonna do next.
Yeah.
So I don't think that idea that we've like talked about now and it like has been brought to light is ever gonna really die. People just always expect that of girls.
Yeah. Do you feel that pressure then? Because it is hard. Because people expect you to be a whole new person in like a year.
I mean, there's so many things with like women. I think it's like there's just so many expectations that you can never really live up to. Like the way you look, the way you sing, the way you perform. You're too like aggressive on stage. You're too like, you're not giving enough energy on stage. You're not blah, and it's constantly being criticized. So it's like you can't even look at anything. You gotta just be like, I like this. I think this is really cool. And hopefully my fans like it too.
Yeah.
That's like, I think the only meter you can judge it on.
Right. Where do you see those critiques? Are those like comments?
Yeah. I mean, I try not to read comments. TikTok is crazy. Sometimes if you like look up your name, it is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like the best of the best and the worst of the worst. Like I don't like to read into either because it's just like you're like on the internet just to get judged. And now at like concerts, like every move is getting filmed.
Do you think about that while you're on stage?
Not really. I kind of just like to like throw myself out there and be like, let's have a party and let's have the best time ever. And I don't really care. Sometimes I watch videos and I'm like, I look like a train wreck. Like literally I'm like screaming in people's faces, like jumping. I look like I'm like moshing on the stage by myself. But I kind of love that. I'm like, I hope my concerts stay like that forever. Just like having the best time and not really, caring about what I look like or what I'm acting like.
Right. You've said before that when you were like 12 and you were on TV, you were like very critical of yourself and a perfectionist and you would tweak a lot of things. Do you do that then when you're watching yourself now?
Yeah, of course. I mean, also just like they're like all the videos are from like this low,
right? Yeah.
This like low angle of me on stage and I'm like listening to myself like sing, but then also I'm screaming at people and then also I'm dancing and I'm jumping. And
right.
Like there's no chance I could make a perfect picture if, I'm putting this much energy.
But seeing those videos makes me want to like go to a Tate show. So I think
thank you.
Yeah, I think it's great.
That.
But speaking of like being a woman in the industry and all of the things, you have kind of been in the public eye for like a while. Yeah. How does that feel? Especially like now you're not a teenager anymore. You're really like growing up in front of so many eyes. How's that feel?
Yeah, it's hard. I think it's interesting because all my fans who knew me when I was 13, we're all 20 now. So they all kind of grew up with me and now my shows are getting older. I'm getting older. I think for the longest time, like even like 17, 18, 19, I had no idea what I was doing. I was also just like, I didn't know I was going to be a singer. I didn't know that I was going to be in this industry. I was kind of just like free-falling it. And I think like like we said, the internet is so tough on girls. I just think that it's a totally different dynamic where like every single thing gets picked apart and you don't even realize you're doing it. And you don't even realize what you're saying sometimes or how you're acting. So I think that's the difficult part, but then it's also like making sure you're finding the fun in it at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you're not having fun on stage and you're not having fun writing music, then there's literally no point putting yourself out here.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I'm sure having like a support system or having other friends in the industry too is like,
oh my gosh,
probably helpful.
I have some badass girlfriends and it's really nice to be able to see them thrive too. And that's always like very supportive.
Yes. Okay, speaking of badass girlfriends, I do have a pitch for you. I have an idea. Okay, so I feel like artists talk about like they want to redo Lady Marmalade, but I really think that you should take you know Lady Marmalade, right? It's like pink and Christina Aguilera, Maya.
Okay.
Who else is in it? There's like 5 huge like pop stars from that time.
Okay.
All came and did a song together.
Okay.
I think you need to redo it
Get
with
all my
like
friends
the
together.
artist of your choice and then redo this song because I think it's like next gen Lady Marmalade, right?
Wow. Good pitch.
Okay, so when it happens,
Okay.
I'm gonna come for the monetization.
Good idea.
Do you know who you would pick then? If you had to do a group, I'm putting you on the spot, but like a song with 4 other friends.
Can I just choose any girls?
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be someone you know.
I would want Ice Spice.
Yes, incredible.
Because I think she's a badass.
Yeah.
I would want Olivia, obviously, in my group. I would want...
You can have non-females too if you want, but
I think Pink Pantheress is really cool.
yeah.
I think that would be really cool. Me. And... Oh, who else?
Yeah, it's tough, right?
That is tough.
I know.
I'm like trying to like...
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
Okay. and you too. Perfect. You're our last
I'll just
piece.
be there standing.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Yeah, no, totally. Okay, you can even do it with 4.
Great group.
That's a great group. Just jump right in. Amazing. When you shot the music video with Olivia, did you have any haunted experiences? You guys were like in an insane asylum?
Yeah. It was a super strange set. It was like in this like neighborhood and we like drove around on a golf court. We like made this one guy like take us around and like show us all the places, and all of us are such nerds. Like we're all like at the end of the day like just like band kids who are just like love reading haunted stories, and we were like on this golf course like reading all these like articles about this like place trying to like scare ourselves.
Did it work?
Yeah, for sure. We were terrified.
That's terrifying. That's crazy. How was that experience besides being scared?
So fun. They're all my best girlfriends, and it was just a really fun day.
Yeah.
We had like a blast.
Oh, that's great. Do you and Olivia play songs for each other?
We do.
Yeah?
We like go on drives, and we'll like go get an In-N-Out burger, and we'll just like play all of our favorite songs and we'll be like, judge this super harshly and give me like your honest opinion, and we both do.
So there'll be times where she'll be like, that's not it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or she'll be like, this is too long, or this is blah, blah, and it's so helpful. I think always showing your music to other musicians is nerve-wracking because they just like hear it a totally different way.
Yeah, but how nice to not just have like a yes man or somebody just
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's so nice. A guy got your name tattooed on him.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And it was crazy. It was also so casual too. He's like, I need to show you something. He pulls up his thigh and it's like my name like right across. It was huge.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I always like wonder why people get like names. But yeah, I've seen a lot of tattoos this tour.
Really?
Of, like my album songs, album name, my name, like my face sometimes. Like
Your face?
like tiny little like outlines of my face. Like it's interesting.
Yeah, how does that feel?
It's wild.
It's surreal.
It's very cool. I mean, like, I think my fans are like awesome, and it is very like shocking every time I see it.
Right. You've said in a past interview your celebrity crush was A$AP Rocky.
Uh-huh.
Is that still the case?
Yeah.
And if not, who?
I think A$AP is so hot. And also I have a crush on him and Rihanna together.
Nice.
I think it's the hottest couple like alive. Who else do I have a crush on right now? I feel like I'll always constantly have a crush on Derek Shepherd, Patrick Dempsey from Grey's Anatomy. I recently saw like an edit of him the other day. And I'm like, God, I miss him.
Yeah. You're a Grace
I
fan.
miss him. I haven't seen the show in a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we all miss him.
I'll miss him.
Yeah. So good. Okay. I was surprised to see that you didn't have Calgary on your tour list. And it's because a lot of people like doing hometown shows, but you're the opposite of that.
Do you know what I think it is because I never... my last tour was last year and we didn't start with Calgary on it.
Okay.
So now I'm like scared of it because I'm like, I haven't done it for now like 3 years. And I'm now just like terrified to like see my friends. And also all my friends they're like, oh, you should play a show in Calgary. And now I'm just like, no. So maybe one day we'll make our way over there.
You like built it up too much for yourself.
Yeah. And also just I think performing for people you know is 10 times worse than performing for strangers.
I can imagine that the dynamic with friends in Calgary changes now that you're in LA, because when we first met, you were talking about living this double life where you're going to school still, but you're still going to LA.
Yeah.
So how is that? You've got to grow up really fast in this industry too, right?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think my closest friends have stayed the closest. I have like a very small circle back in Calgary who I like always hang out with, like my like 5 girlfriends. And then I think the rest, it has shifted a little bit. It's like always a little interesting coming back home. But whoever I was close with in like grade 9, 10, I'm still best friends with now.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sweet. So the album's done, ready to go?
Yes, lots of announcements and songs coming very soon.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Tate, my buddy.
Good to see you.
So good to see you. And when I say that I have talked to Tate McRae many times, I have really talked to her so many different times. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing so good. You're performing tonight?
Yes.
How are you feeling?
So excited.
What can fans expect?
Lots of dancing, a little mashup of 2 songs. It'll be fun.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. How's it been? How's LA? How's everything?
I mean, I've just been busy trying to write new music. Getting ready for tour. I leave on Sunday, which is so wild that it's already here. So.
Yeah, and kicking off in Europe. That's so exciting. What are you most looking forward to with going on tour?
Obviously traveling the world is just like so cool. I'm bringing dancers this time, which will be the best just because having like your friends on tour with you is just amazing. And then we get to perform the album, which is the best feeling.
Incredible. How are you like shifting maybe from this era to the next when you're going into your writing?
You know, I feel like I'm changing so much as a person as I'm creating this music, and it's pretty evident in my music. It just feels older and more grown, and I'm just writing about life as it comes at me. I'm experiencing new things and writing about them.
And living so many different lives, right?
Yeah.
You said the other day you've lived like 26 lives.
It feels like it.
Does it when you look back on like old videos of you? There's still videos of you like 8 years old on YouTube singing songs.
Oh, the worst digital footprint of all time. No, I think I just honestly I've gone through so many different things in my dancing career, and just have gone through so many different avenues of life, so it feels weird to now ended up here doing this. Just is always crazy.
Yeah, and before I let you go, so you found out you won Artist of the Year at the Junos. How was that? Yeah,
so crazy. I wish I was there to like be able to experience it, but such an honor, so cool. Just like dream about moments like that.
Nice, awesome. I love it. I'll see you
Thank
at our 11th interview.
Perfect.
There you go.
Hi, Tate.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
You too.
I know it's been a minute. Jinx, now you can't talk the rest of the interview.
I'm fine.
That's how it goes. Congratulations on everything, as always. Killing it.
All right.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Especially the success that has been blowing up with Sports Car. It's been so fun to see. Do you still get that rush of excitement and like nervousness when a song like that starts to take off, or does it feel different?
Yeah, I mean, of course, like, I think it's always exciting to see when your song resonates with fans. You're just like, oh, they like this. It's just like, it's always fun. But yeah, it feels crazy. We're so close to the album, and there's so much going on that right now my brain's like, oh my God, everything's happening.
Yeah, seriously. Do you like buckle under that stress, or do you feel like you can handle it pretty well at this point?
It really depends on the day. It depends on how I wake up that morning. Some days I'm like, this is easy. And then some days I'm like, I can't do anything. So.
Yeah, I can't function. I love that you brought up the idea of all your fans whispering along to Sports Car when you perform it at the show. Is this official? Do we want the fans to do this?
Well, I had an idea, and I was like, this is sick if everyone whispered. And then I started to think about the actual logistics of like everyone whispering at a show, and I'm like, we'll see. If we try it once and it sucks, we'll scrap it.
Yeah.
It's like a group project.
Totally. Yeah, very collaborative. I feel like the Tatertots, though, like your fans are so dedicated, and anything that you suggest to them, they'll take it and run with. So I feel like this will happen. You can make it happen. Is there any other like fan participation things that you have in mind for songs that you'll be performing? Is there maybe a dance that can come up that fans do or something?
I mean, we haven't honestly started rehearsals for tour yet. We just started like planning out the tour. But yeah, there's for sure going to be lots of moments. We just like, usually my choreographer Bankhead is the one who like gets all the choreography little clips that are cute and people love. So it'll be up to him to see what he does.
Yeah, totally. Have you thought about the set list at all yet, or does that come later?
Yeah, we just started talking about it, which is crazy.
Is it hard to, because you do have such a like discography at this point, is it hard to figure out like what goes where or what songs to include from past albums?
Yeah, it is difficult. Especially because just like the vibe of you have to really figure out what vibe you want for the show. And I've gone through obviously many phases of music. So it's kind of just like what sections need what, and if this fits in here, then maybe we'll bring it back. Like it's all just a discussion and flow, how it feels. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's so wild. That's just so exciting. Speaking of the vibe, the vibe of this album is how you've described it. It's like a new Tate, like we haven't heard before. How much of this album was written by Tate and how much was written by Tatiana?
I would say a fair amount was written by my alter ego. Like just being, I think just because I was on tour, the headspace that I was in was not like my typical introverted headspace. I was just like, you walk different, you talk different, you act different when you're on tour. It's so weird. But yeah, I would say like, I really am curious to see how fans are going to process some of these lyrics because I mean, they're like pretty, like some of them are pretty ballsy. Some of them are pretty bold for me. And feel the most sensual and mature I've gone for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it. I want to talk about the song Revolving Door.
Mm-hmm.
Did the title of that song come from the Sex and the City reference?
Actually, no, it didn't. I had
Okay.
wanted to write a song called like, but I keep coming back, like a revolving door, like feeling like a never ending cycle. Always wanted to do that. And then I just got into Sex and the City and saw that of Carrie. And I was like, this is a sign.
Yeah.
So I took a picture.
Maybe. Have you watched enough Sex and the City to like resonate with a certain character? Because everyone describes themselves as either like a Carrie or a Samantha. Or...
Yeah, what do you think you are?
Okay, I hate to say it because I love Sex and the City. I wish I was like a Samantha, but I sadly think I'm a Carrie, which is unfortunate because no one likes Carrie. Yeah. What do you think you are?
I think I'm a mix between Miranda and Carrie, actually.
Okay.
Not Miranda, Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte.
I think I'm Charlotte and Carrie. That's
Okay,
who
I can get it.
But yeah, I'm in season 4, so I'm like, I know.
Yeah, you're in it. It's good, right? Then you have to watch And Just Like That and all of the newer ones, which aren't as good, but it's just part of the lore. Anyways, we could talk about Sex and the City all day, but I do love that that is a reference. That connection is so sick.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Purple Lace Bra, I am obsessed with. I love it. I like that it talks about like a relationship, but I feel like this is a song that gets into your relationship with the media.
For sure.
Yeah. How is navigating that relationship?
It's confusing. Obviously, like I've loved putting my music and art on the internet for so many years since I was like 13. And it's never really scared me. Like hate and judgment has never really scared me. But I think when it came to like this year and turning 21 and feeling like a woman for the first time and feeling confident and like in my own body, like to feel that much talk about women's bodies and their face and the way that they act and the way they talk is so exhausting sometimes. It is literally never ending. I just feel like sometimes the internet's such a hateful, judgmental place. And it is like, it was, I think, difficult for me, like just trying to like, feel like as every girl does, try to feel good in their skin and want to live their life a certain way and then get like constant, like, what's the word? Get
like berated.
Yeah. It's just like it's just conflicting in your brain sometimes. And I think I was dealing with that a little bit, being like, I want to release the art that I want to release. And I want to put out things that I believe in, but then also just like having to deal with all of that afterward is like a whole other thing.
Really, when you reference things like being seen and not heard, does that change the way that you approach your songwriting?
Yeah, for sure. I think, I mean, I feel like I've always been very straightforward on how I felt about things. I'm not a very like beat around the bush songwriter. Like I very much get to the point about what I'm talking about. But I felt like this album, I just really wanted people to like listen. And I think, especially in Purple Lace Bra, which is one of my personal favorites, it was just a very personal song at being like, you're not hearing me.
Yeah.
You're like literally watching me as like a image and not like you're not hearing me.
Totally. And I feel like the true fans of your music and the ones that do hear you will hear that in the song, where I feel like other people might just like take it at surface level, which is,
yeah. I mean, honestly, I've had a few people like interviewers and people just like hear the song and be like, oh, it's a song you wrote about sex. And I'm like, oh, that's so funny. You actually ironically didn't listen to the song.
Right. Like if you actually listen.
You didn't listen to anything that the lyrics were saying, which is it is funny. It's like the irony of it all.
Right, which is like what the song is all about. Totally. Yeah. Chappell Roan and other artists have talked about their like their relationship with the media and with fans and with people stepping over the line. How do you navigate through that? Do you find that challenging to deal with?
I mean, I think everyone has their own personal preferences on what they're comfortable with and what they find normal and makes them feel good. Like, I think it's really cool of Chappell to speak out about all of that stuff because that's how she feels. It's just her as a person. I think, like, for me, it all is circumstantial. It's like, I love seeing fans. I love being around them. There's like, I think the internet is fucking weird and people say so much on there and I try to stay off the internet, but I love seeing fans in person. I think my fans, at least from who I've met in the past, are really respectful and cool. So yeah, but I do think that like everyone has their preference and everyone has their way of dealing with all of this because it's not normal.
Yeah, definitely. And it feels like it's getting like louder and worse, doesn't it?
Always. Every year it's getting louder and worse and just more like everyone can like break apart anything. You can tear apart anything, which is so crazy.
Yeah. And people can have opinions about things, but then other people will just be like, you're wrong. But then they're not understanding that people can have different opinions and all of that. Yeah. It can be frustrating for sure. Were there any songs from the album that ended up being like rewritten or ended up having like a transformation that before it like felt right?
Sports Car definitely went through like 20 versions of production.
Like
to just like nail that chorus to make it feel right because the whisper was so hard to support with production. So that went through a lot of versions. I would say I retracked vocals on a lot of them to make sure they felt right. What other ones got rewritten a little bit? There's a song called Blood on My Hands that I went in and rewrote a couple times and shifted around the lyrics. So we started with like a melody and then had to like rewrite the lyrics a million times. So yeah, it was like a work in progress album. Like I had to keep going in and redoing things.
Yeah. How many songs did you write for the album that ended up getting like scrapped or put away?
I probably wrote, I don't know, like 60.
Damn.
I think I write a lot of songs.
That's crazy.
Wrote around 60.
That's so wild. I can imagine finding out that your music gets leaked online is something that is just like truly disheartening. Mm-hmm. How did that situation go down for you on your end? Like, how did you find out about it?
I got a DM from a fan, and they were just like, "Girl, your whole album just leaked," and I was like devastated. I mean, I was saying this earlier. I didn't realize how much I like cared until you get all your control kind of taken away from you. I just like was sobbing. I'm like, there's literally nothing I can do. Like I feel like as an artist, all you want to do is just like control everything. And as a problem solver, I was just like trying to think of anything. And at that point, you're just like, oh my God, like there's literally nothing I can do to save this. And that's just sad. I was just really sad.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's like something that's taken away from you. It's stolen from you, right?
Yeah, for sure. It was really devastating, for sure. Sucked.
So we've covered which Sex and the City character you are, but You're also a Cancer.
Yes.
What's the most Cancer thing about you?
I would say the most Cancer thing about me, I would say I used to and hate to admit that I was sensitive, but I am sensitive. But Cancers are sensitive in a different way. I think we're internally sensitive. Like, I'm not a big crier. I'm not a big, like, emotional person, but I internalize everything. I can feel every energy in the room. So I would say maybe that. What's your sign again?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay, what do you think's the most Sagittarius thing about you?
Sagittarius people are known for being like very independent.
Okay.
And like very adventurous. Like they always want to just like, I don't know. Yeah. So I think for me for a long time, I don't know, had a hard time like getting close to other people. I'm like, no, I can do this on my own. I can do everything on my own. I don't need any help from anybody around me. I'm trying to learn now to like let people in and work better in groups and relationships.
Interesting.
Yeah. But anyways, that's all I got. That's it.
Oh, great.
Done. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to see you. I'll see you at your show. I feel like every time you come back to Toronto, you're in a bigger venue, which is just so sick. The first time I saw you was like a bar of like 20 people right before COVID, which was nuts.
That's so crazy. I'm
Isn't
so
that crazy?
Oh, it's gonna be so fun.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. That's so sweet. Okay. Thanks, Tate. Hey, it's Shannon from iHeartRadio Canada, here with my friend Tate McRae. Since I don't even know how many interviews we've done together now, so maybe like 5 or 6 or something like that. I thought let's elevate our friendship a little bit and make some friendship bracelets.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. We've never done this before, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with this. But yeah, let's get creative. And
I have no idea like even how to start. Like I don't even know I don't even think I've ever gotten a friendship bracelet.
You've never made one either? You ever went to camp as a child?
No, I've never made one.
I love this. We're healing our inner child.
We are.
Together. Okay, so you want to start with some string.
Okay.
There's also these colorful ones here.
Oh, I like.
And then clip off what you want, and then just start adding all the beats that you want. While I interrogate you with questions about your life and your music. Because what's more fun than that, right?
Right. We love interrogation.
Yeah, but it's been only a couple months since I've seen you last. So how have you been in the meantime? You've kind of done a lot.
Honestly, tour's been, it's crazy because when you're on tour, you feel like you're like in a bubble. Like you don't know what's going on in the rest of the world because you're like in a room, you're like with your 12 people and then that's it. And then you're on stage every night. So it goes by like really fast. But yeah, I'm like, wow, I haven't seen my friends in like 8 months.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm back finally.
Right. That's going to be hard to keep up with everybody too, or just like be online and all of that.
I mean, and I'm like probably the worst texter in the world, so I don't reach out to anyone, which is not a good thing when you're not ever home.
I'm the opposite of that. I feel like a lot of my friends are the bad texters, but I'm always on my phone. Like,
see, that's good. Yeah. It's good to reach out. Life's short. I need to start reaching out to people more.
Right. Okay, what's your strategy with your bracelet? What do you think you're going to do?
I have literally no strategy.
I think I'm going to do a little cute charm in the middle, and then I'm going to like...
That's a good idea.
Around it.
That's a good idea, actually. Where did you find the charms?
Again, I stole the best tonight. There's a unicorn one here. Oh, a little rainbow.
Oh, there's some over here.
All of the things. I'm going to do the word take, and then wear it with...
Oh, perfect.
I was joking, but now I feel like I should... Okay, so we got to talk, though, because you were supposed to go on tour with Shawn Mendes.
Yeah,
now that's not happening.
Right.
How did you find out that it wasn't going to take place?
Honestly, we were like, because we saw him cancel his first half of his tour.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, I hope he's okay. Like, I mean, definitely canceling a tour. I mean, tour's just like a demanding process. Like, you're in front of so many people. It's just like it takes a lot out of you. It's super draining. I'm just literally copying you.
I love it.
And, I honestly like give props to him for like putting himself first, because I'm like, it's hard to do that in this industry, and I think people forget, especially since he's been in this industry since he was like a baby.
Yeah.
But I found out kind of through like social media, and they were just told, and
yeah. How did you feel?
I mean, obviously, I think it would have been really fun. Same as me though, I was exhausted coming off of tour. Like I was like, I have no idea how we're about to get on tour for another 2 months.
Right.
Which obviously I think it would have been really fun, but then I'm also like now back in the studio like writing.
Yeah.
And it's been really refreshing.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're writing.
I'm writing. happening.
Hey, that's good to hear.
I'm so happy.
How's it been going?
It's been going so good. I feel like a new person.
Yeah.
I have way more things to write about now. Yeah, I just, when you like last year, I feel like the pressure of the album, I was like so like stressed out about it that it was like sometimes harder to write music. And now I feel like I'm just like, I can like literally write like 6 poems on the plane, and then I'm like, I have like so much to talk about. Like,
right.
It's like a lot.
Do you have kind of an idea of what you want the overall themes to be going into your next project?
Kinda, yeah. I'm like switching it up for sure. I think last year I was a lot more indecisive.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I went through like phases where I was like 18 and I'm like, sure, whatever, sure. And I feel like now I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I want. This is exactly what I like.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool. It's just like I'm like growing up and figuring myself out more. Which
Yeah.
is cool.
I was going to say, do you like root that in being more confident as a person?
Yeah, I think it's just like when you get older, like yeah, I remember I was talking to my mom and she was like, when I was 18, like I had no idea like what I was doing or who I was, and then like the transition till I was like 21 was like crazy, and I'm like, it's wild because everyone's seeing me like grow up like on the internet, and so I'm making choices and they're all like being documented, but yeah, I think it's honestly just like the way people grow up and get older.
Yeah. Do you think that being on social media plays a role in that then, with everyone kind of having eyes on you? Do you think that forced you to almost grow up faster?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've always been like kind of an old soul. Like I've always been like a little older than all my friends.
Yeah.
But definitely now I feel like you just have to be like smart, and it's just like you got to be like, I'm aware of the people that are around me. I feel like I have like a third eye when it comes to like meeting friends and stuff. I'm like, I feel like I really have a strong gut. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I know when people are shifty or when they're not shifty.
Right. It's a good skill to have.
I know.
That's sweet.
I know.
I feel like I'm not like that. Sometimes I'll like want to hang out with someone or like hang out with someone, and then my girlfriend will be like, that person is not good to you. Like, and I'm like, oh, I thought they were really nice.
It's because you try to see the best in people.
Yes, I think
That's also a really good quality too, though.
yeah, until it like,
Until you get screwed and stabbed in the back.
and then in your case, you can just write a song about it. And then in mine, I'm just like, oh, I got something about that.
You're like, shit, what do I do?
Yeah. I was reading, Harry Styles came out with a Rolling Stone article this morning. So he did like this big interview.
Oh,
And he was talking about his tour. And we all saw him like last week in Toronto. He was talking about how he like makes sure he gets 10 hours of sleep every night. And he has like 2 humidifiers. And he like doesn't drink coffee or alcohol on tour. Like his whole kind of regimen.
I love that.
Do you do anything while on the road to like take care of yourself mentally and physically?
You have to like, I definitely have to do like vocal steamers every day.
Yeah.
I'm literally an asthmatic, so I have to do my inhaler every day.
Really?
But it's like, yeah, you got to take a lot of care of your voice. I mean, it's a lot of strain on it, and I make sure you got to eat healthy, make sure you do workouts, you're
Right.
staying mentally sane. I also talk to my therapist
Nice.
so I don't drive myself nuts.
Yeah.
I think it's like crazy because like I have like one of my best friends, Finley, on tour with me, who's like a dancer, and it's like wild because as much as I want to like hang out and be crazy and like we usually are, it's like on tour you have to have like a whole other mindset of just like being more focused and being like, oh no, I have to play a show tonight. Like I can't talk that much. I can't whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's just like a different mentality.
Right. I'm trying to figure out another word to put. I put love, but I don't know what else.
Cute.
Hey,
I love that.
but I don't know. I'm just like grabbing as many layers as I can, and then all I can see so far is slut. But I don't think I can put that on a bracelet.
That would be good.
Yeah. Sorry if we're not allowed to see. But that's good. I'm glad to hear that you take care of yourself. It's got to be a lot of pressure too when so many other people are relying on you, right? Not even just like people that work for you, but like everyone attending the shows, and that's a lot.
Yeah. I think it's just like no one knows your state of. Like I remember one time I like had strep throat when I was playing a festival, and I was like inside I felt terrible, and I'm like, my voice is about to be the shittiest thing ever and whatever, and then I see all these videos and it's like no one knows how you're feeling inside. Like the people that are watching you are just gonna expect that it's another day singing, and either a good singer or a bad singer.
True.
And that's like the hard part is it's just like you didn't know I had strep that day, but I did, and so that's why you gotta just take care of yourself and make sure you don't get sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. Going back to like getting back into writing and possibly making new music soon, have you given any thought into like what you want your impact on like pop music to be?
Tough. I mean,
Yeah, right?
huge.
I'm like, just generally.
Generally,
Like, how are you going to change the industry? Yeah.
I feel like I've been like this since I was 13, and I take pride in the fact that my writing style and like my honesty has never changed. I do think I did start like when I used to post like original YouTube videos and it was just me with my piano and lyrics on a screen. I do think I started that that really honest conversation about, you know, saying songs that are like exactly your mind and there's no like filter on it.
Right.
And I think that a lot of like a lot of kids like after that started posting videos on YouTube and started posting like whatever. And I'm like, I think still to this day, I will never like not be as honest and as real as possible. Like, and I think that that's honestly just as much as it helps me, I feel like it helps other people too, because I'm just a very non-filtered person.
Right. Which is such a good way to be.
And that's all I want is I'm like, as a dancer on stage, I want to be able to dance and do the whole pop thing. But then when people actually listen to my songs, I want them to be like, oh, I'm there for them.
Right.
And that's, all I want.
The first time that you ever came in for an interview was before the pandemic took place. And I remember we were like asking you about dancing and stuff. And you're like, I don't even know how I'm going to be able to like incorporate that into my music.
Crazy.
Isn't that funny?
Oh.
So now when I see you on stage like doing it all, I'm like, wow, that's wild that you had even had that thought to begin with.
See, and that's so funny because I feel like I'm at a point now where now that I've been on tour and now that I've like experienced dancing on tour, I like want to create songs for my dancing, which is wild, like, because I just like never used to think of that at all.
Right.
And now I'm like, oh, what do I want to perform at a festival in front of this many people? Like, what's gonna be cool?
Yeah.
And I never thought of that before because I'd never been on stage.
Oh yeah, it's true. I guess that like that doesn't cross your mind until you're like, oh wait, I have to make this like performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's wild. Mine's starting to look like a gender reveal announcement. I realized. So I might have to add some more colors in there, but I'll give this to some pregnant person I know or something.
Perfect.
That's funny. Do you read a lot about yourself online?
I try not to.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Right.
As much as you find good things, you're gonna find like at least one bad thing or multiple bad things, and those sting just as hard.
Yeah, right?
You're gonna forget every single good thing that someone says about you, all the I love yous and all the I care about you and you're great, and then the one you sucked on this performance is gonna haunt you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Like, what do you think that is? Because I've talked to other artists too where they're like, if I just read one, or like I look at TikTok comments and then I'll see a bad one and I'm like, well, I'm never posting again.
They're all related to is like, you know, when you like have a boyfriend or you have a girlfriend and you first start dating them and the first thing you do is look through their following.
Right.
As many like good things you're gonna look through, you're gonna find like a couple ones that are just
like of who they follow. Right.
Like,
we're like, why are they following this?
Why are they following this person? It kind of stinks.
Right.
And you're not gonna think about all the friends they have and all the guys and all the fine weird golf accounts that they follow. That you're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know. But then you're gonna find that one girl and you're like, oh my god, it's like my whole day is ruined, my whole week is ruined.
Right.
That's how I feel about reading comments.
Yeah, I get that.
It's easier to process the bad ones than the good ones.
Right.
And that's, I think, so sad, but I mean, it's the same way. Everyone deals like that.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at that. Speaking of like looking through people's things and dating and things, do you like hockey?
So love hockey.
Yeah. You recently posted a photo of someone new on the old Instagram.
I know.
How's that? Like posting it, first of all, or just like making it public?
Well, yeah, I'm like super private with like everything. Also, just like I posted that and like a lot of my friends texted me and were like, oh my god, you're dating someone?
Oh, they didn't even know?
I'm just super private.
Right.
I can't believe I was ballsy enough to do that.
What made you want to do it?
Honestly, first off, we went on vacation.
Yeah.
And then
How do you hide that?
how do you hide that? But I mean, also I was just like, I feel like I'm so open to my fans and people about like everything. I'm like, why do I need to hide this? Like there's no point. I'm like, my whole life's on the internet and I'm gonna post with people I care about.
Yeah. Have you had to like almost warn him of anything beforehand or like prepare him for that kind of?
I'm just like, first off, don't read into my songs.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I can write songs not based on people too,
Right.
And then there's also just like, I think that's the craziest thing about like dating an artist is like your whole life is documenting your feelings.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no way that like the people like my mom reads into my songs. Like just as much as my friends read into my songs and probably like, you know, my people I'm dating. So it's, I don't know, I was just like, don't read into anything. Just live your life and don't look at social media.
Right. That's nice. That's a good, some good tips for him.
Thanks.
How's it been like getting the reaction from fans and stuff?
Well, they like found out before.
Do they? Fans are crazy, hey?
Crazy investigators, but like they were like, I saw her at a game.
No way.
And I think she's seeing one of the players, and I was just like, oh my God, it's about to be. I mean, they were already figuring it out, so they were like DMing me like, we know. I'm like, you know what?
That's like threatening.
I'm like, okay, so you already know, so might as well just let it out into the open.
Right. Yours is looking good.
It's looking actually
like nice.
This is gorgeous.
I already regretted mine, so I started a second one.
I have to make it a bracelet though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, friendship bracelets. Oh, there's metal ones too.
Not a necklace, right?
I mean, you can do a necklace if you want to. You can do whatever you want. Okay. You're the star of the show.
I like your baby reveal.
Hold on to that for the future. That's so funny. When are you your happiest?
I'm my happiest when I'm either with my family, my mom and dad and my brother, or being on stage. I'm like soaring. That's like my favorite place ever. Is I think honestly it's like crazy because I feel like because I talk about myself so much on like my music and stuff, like when I get into situations like social situations, I'm like more on the quiet side because I'm like, I don't need to talk about myself. I'd rather like know about everyone.
You're like, that's what I do all day at work.
That's what I do at work. And also I get like shy and whatever. And I feel like I get on stage and it's like the one time that I cannot care about like anything I say or anything I do. And I just feel like it's like the biggest high in the world. And I just feel really happy after. So obviously performing is like my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, that's it. What is this about you being a correspondent at the VMAs?
Yeah, oh my gosh. So
that's like this week.
Yeah, so I'm so nervous.
Yeah, what does that entail? What do you have to do?
Basically, I have to interview other celebrities.
Amazing.
And I've never interviewed someone before. But yeah, I'm just like scared. What if I meet someone scary?
Yeah, right? Is there anyone that's going that you're wanting to meet that you know?
Well, I don't know if I'm like hoping I see my friends.
Okay, yeah.
I'm hoping.
True, that'll like give you comfort.
I'm like, if I see friends, it'll be like my heart will drop a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. And just sometimes personalities are so big, you're like, oh gosh, what am I walking into?
Right. But I feel like everyone's there to have fun.
Honestly, I think it'll be really fun. I'm actually like more excited than nervous.
So I'm just like, this will be just cool.
Nice.
These are mean people.
And what do you think though, like you get interviewed all the time. So what do you think you can take from you getting interviewed that you can like bring to being an interviewer?
Well, I know what questions I don't like.
What's that?
They're just like some very generic questions that just like,
tell me so I can know for next.
I think some questions are like, I honestly just like when people like dig deep into like actually interesting questions that people want to know, like or about my music or about me as a person. Because sometimes it's like, oh, so how did this all start? Or like,
right.
What genre did you listen to as a young child? I'm like, I have no idea. I was 2. Like,
let me just.
Like I have like no idea. And then also just like, yeah, I feel like there's some questions that I feel like the first person who ever interviewed me, like they could have asked that and I'd be like, oh, interesting question.
Right.
But like after a while you're like, oh, I've heard that before.
Yeah. Or like, how did you get into this? Like Google it and then come back to me and then
How did you get into this? I'm like, I don't know. We just came here. It happened.
Just give them different answers every time so that
just lie the whole interview. The whole internet's like, what's going on? It's never thinking the same.
Yeah. So then what's your plan going into this on Sunday then? Just like coming up with creative things?
I don't really know. I have not set a game plan yet, which I'm kind of concerned about. And stop talking about. But also, like, I'm so bad at prepping for anything.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't prep for interview questions. I never prep for tests. I never know what I'm walking into when a day comes. I have a day full of press. I have no idea sometimes.
You just like go into it?
I'm performance. I have no idea.
No way.
Yeah.
Does that not stress you out?
No, if I think about it beforehand, it stresses me out.
Oh, interesting.
I take it, my life motto is I take it hour by hour.
Nice. I like that.
Stress is my torment.
Not even day by day.
She's looking at me like, you suck. No, literally just like, That's what I do. I just try to not think about things.
Yeah.
And just be super present, because then I'm like, oh, I can like really enjoy this.
Were you the type of person in school that you like never studied for a test, but you like always got good grades?
Well, I like never studied.
Okay.
I think that's but I was pretty. I feel like I was like pretty smart. Like I liked being in school. Like when I liked doing something, I would do really well at it.
Right.
But if like something like science,
Yeah. Brutal, right?
could never ever get me to like even like none of that information went into my brain.
Yeah.
I never listened once.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like English or math. I was like, hell yeah.
Even math?
Yeah, I like math a lot.
Wow.
I just like black and white things. So
Right.
Yeah.
It's like either what it is.
it's like yes or no. I like
Yeah.
that.
Interesting.
I know.
Cool. Okay, how are we doing on your bracelet?
I think I'm finished actually.
Yeah? We ready to show ours off? I'm gonna wear my gender reveal one.
Mine's cute as hell.
Yours is cute. How big is your wrist? Let's just not. Oh no, that's perfect.
That's so cute.
That is so cute. Okay, well, can't wait to see you wear this on Sunday at the VC.
But look at it. It says SB and TM.
Oh my goodness. How cute. That's so cute.
Right?
Oh my goodness, I love it. Cute. Okay, let's show off our bracelet.
Did not.
Mine says love and music.
Oh,
I thought it was a good theme.
that's adorable.
Glad our friendship can continue. And our beautiful friendship bracelet. Now we have something to show for it. Check it out.
I like this. We should do this more often.
Yeah, every time you come back, we'll just add to the collection. Amazing. Tate, thank you so much for hanging out and chatting and making friendship bracelets with me.
Thank you. That's fun.
Hey guys, it's Shannon from iHeartRadio Canada, joined by Tate McRae. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
It's so good to see you. Not as fun as last time we were in person, dancing, doing TikToks, but
No.
you know? Yeah. I feel like, first of all, like with everybody having to adapt to like at home life, I feel like you're probably most prepared for that, or more than most people, because you kind of started out like recording videos at home and then posting them online, when other people like kind of have to now adapt to that. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, no, totally. I feel like I'm exactly where I was a year ago, just doing different things. But with the same piano in the same room and the same background. It's literally just like, it's kind of easy just because it's the same thing I've been doing for like 4 years now. So
Right. Is it kind of frustrating in that way though? Because you like your career is obviously taking off. So do you feel like you like don't get all the benefits of that because we're stuck at home?
I mean, there's some things that I definitely wish could have happened. Like I really wanted to wish me like Alicia Keys at the EMAs, but that it wasn't gonna happen. But I think there's a lot of like blessings at the same time. The fact that I can literally just be home and not traveling everywhere at all times. That could be exhausting in a way, trying to finish school and get everything done. But it's like, yeah, it's a really interesting process just being in your room, but yet doing things globally, like interviews and stuff. So it's something that I'm still adapting to for sure.
Yeah, it's all just so bizarre. I want to talk about the emails. I have some questions about your performance. First of all, because you're dancing on water, how do you not slip? How does that work?
Well, it was really weird because a girl did actually slip, like in rehearsal. Like it was really slippery, like the floor. But I think it was just like once we got our shoes on, they were like kind of sticky. It was literally just being careful. Otherwise, I would have face planted. I mean, my mic strap, my mic thingy dropped into the water like 4 times, and everyone was like, "Stop!" You know, like fry, like it was not good.
Yeah, that was probably not a good way to do that. And I just feel like your socks would be so wet the entire time. I feel like I wouldn't be able to think about anything else. And like,
well, they were really wet, and like same with the dancers had to wear masks, and they were soaking and like sticking up to their face. Yeah, crazy.
I know. I feel like I'm adapting too much to the pandemic, because the first time I watched the performance, I didn't even notice that they were wearing masks. And then after I was like, oh yeah, because it's just like so normal now, right?
Oh, it's so hard though. Like in dance classes, even here at home, like we all have to wear masks doing like cardio and stuff, which is like really hard. And then in rehearsals too, like we're constantly wearing them, and it's like super hard. It like very not fun.
Maybe do you find that's like almost a practice? Because I find it's probably so challenging to dance and sing at the same time. So maybe if you're like can't breathe, that'll help you.
We're done. I didn't realize how hard it was. It's definitely a challenge to sing and dance at the same time and not lose your breath. It's hard, but it's it's good practice for sure.
You have been like totally killing it. It's so cool to like see everything that you've been accomplishing. Like Kimmel, for example, how was that experience?
It was so cool. I mean, even the fact that I was able to like, see the show after and watch it and, see Jimmy Kimmel introduce my name, it seems kind of surreal and crazy.
Yeah. Where did you guys shoot that performance?
I shot it in Toronto. I've been shooting everything in Toronto.
Nice.
Can't leave.
That's good. Like at least travel back and forth from there to Calgary and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like way longer than LA. LA is literally only 2 hours, but Toronto like 5.
Yeah.
But it's still nice that I can at least get out of Calgary every once in a while.
Totally. The thing that's so cool about you is your fan base. Your fans are so sick. They seem like they're just like so supportive of you in every single way. And you have like a lot of OG fans that have like seems like they've been there since day one, or like one day, I guess I should say. Yeah. How is your relationship with your fans? What's it like?
I mean, it's really cool. Like even seeing on like TikTok sometimes, all the comments will be like, "Oh my God, I remember when she was in her bedroom." And I'm like, I still am, but but it's like cool for them to like connect the dots from like me being on YouTube every single Friday and releasing and getting like really close to them, and now, still using my social media to connect with them, but just on different, experiences and things that I'm doing.
Yeah. Totally. Even though you are at home, you've done the EMAs, you've done Kimmel, you're doing all these things. What else is on your career bucket list? Like, what do you want to be doing? What do you want to cross off?
I mean, performing an award show was really one of my like biggest goals. So that was really cool. I definitely want to go back on tour. I want to, maybe one day perform at other awards shows. Like, I don't know, go to the Grammys one day. That'd be cool.
Yeah, totally. Grammy noms are coming out in a little bit, so we'll see.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I can tell that you're a very optimistic person because you do have a tour planned for next year.
Oh yeah,
pretty exciting. Are you banking on the fact that it's going to happen? How are you feeling about it?
I mean, I think next September we'll be fine, right? Like, that seemed like a pretty far way away. That's like a full year. I mean, I'm not expecting things to be like better by June, but at least next fall. And like, I feel like at that point, everyone's going to need concerts. Like, they're such a crucial part of everyday life. You have to.
Yeah. I feel like people need concerts now. Like, it's getting crazy how long it's been since we've all been able to feel it. Yeah. Yours was actually one of the last shows I went to.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah, we need you back on stage soon. That was a good show.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I think it'll be... I'm just fingers crossed and be optimistic and put it out into the universe that things will be good by then.
Yeah. And they say there's like a vaccine in the works. So like it could be like soon, right?
I heard about that. We could be out soon.
Cool. Then we'll hang out in person, do some more TikToks.
Yeah.
What do you feel like you've like learned most about yourself with? Because I feel like this is like a year of self-reflection and like all that stuff. What do you feel like you've learned most about yourself this year?
I think you spend a lot of time, just like by yourself thinking and overthinking, and I think it's just like maintaining, even with your life on social media, maintaining like your own things that you just keep to yourself and just keep to your family, even with friends and stuff, making sure that you have like your stuff just for you. Because I feel like that'll keep you fulfilled, even when, there's lots of ups and downs in every industry, including the music industry. And it's like making sure that like, where your like core happiness is from. Otherwise, if you lose that, it'll be brutal.
I like it. Do you feel like it's hard to like keep stuff for yourself because you put so much of yourself like into your music and that like vulnerability?
Yeah, no, that's the hard part, is like a lot of my feelings are online already. I think, but writing is like a constant creation process and it grows with you as you get older. So as I'm writing lyrics now, it's like I'm started when I was 13, now I'm 17, and they're constantly evolving with my life, and so are my listeners. And so I feel like it doesn't feel super vulnerable because I feel like it's just like a part of me that I have always shown and will forever show.
Yeah, and it's such a good way to like connect with people too, right?
Totally. I mean, it's like they're not knowing the drama or the little itty bitty details. It's like they're knowing a song that is like real to me. But yeah, I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah, they're like knowing what you give them to know.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. What's your goal, or like what's your plan for your next EP? Do you have an idea of like what you want to accomplish with that?
I've been writing so much over the summer that I just want to get songs out. It's like it feels I get like antsy because I have like all these songs that I've been writing and I'm excited about, but it's just like the fact of like closing them off, finishing them, and putting them out there with a video. Like it's a whole process. But I just want to get music out, and for the second EP, I a little stack of songs that I'm really excited about. So
Great. We're excited too. Tate, thanks so much for hanging out. It's good to see you.
good to see you.
Hey, it's Shannon from iHeartRadio Canada, joined by Tate McRae. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I have such a soft spot in my heart for you because you are the last interview I did in person before the pandemic, before Zoom started. You were the last show that I saw before the world shut down. So not blaming the whole thing on you, but no, I'm just kidding.
I'm the whole pandemic. I am the pandemic.
But it's good to see you. Always such a pleasure. Congrats on everything, all the success. How's it been?
It's been so busy. It's been crazy lately. I'm just I'm like just trying to sleep. Like it's just like so busy. Yeah.
I imagine. Okay, I want to talk about She's All I Want to Be. I love this song so much. It's so catchy, gets so stuck in your head. And you just performed this song for the first time, right? How was that?
I was really scared because this song is surprisingly so hard to sing. Because I just like singing with drums just makes I don't know why it makes it just 10 times harder when I'm like a soft singer. But it was so fun. Like we were just jumping around and having a blast. Like my band like loves performing that song.
Yeah, that's when I feel like people are going to be like jumping to at shows. Like that's.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a favorite song already that you like to perform live?
Currently, it's You Broke Me First. Just because that song, I don't know why we like turn it into like a rock song on tour. So everyone's like aggressively screaming at me in the audience. It's really funny.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was wondering that about like She's All I Want to Be, having to sing that because it was a ballad and then it was turned into like a more hardcore song. So then did you have to then kind of learn that version of the song that it was turned into?
Well, I never recut vocals or I never
That's what I mean.
didn't switch anything over. So it was just like the same song. Like it's crazy because singing it live, I was just like, I've never sung this before. That's crazy. Like I've never sung with the guitars or the drums before because I recorded it to piano. So it's very interesting.
Yeah. The music video too, that you're acting in that just hit different. Have you considered acting? Have conversations been had?
I definitely want to act at some point in my life. I tried acting when I was younger and I wasn't good. So like when I was younger, I'd do like a few like Nickelodeon shows and I just like never got that job. So I gave up at age 7, but I might try it again later in my life.
Yeah, I would say give it another shot. Maybe like season 3, Euphoria, Tate gets added to the cast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah, I'll put it out there. Have you been watching the show?
Yes, Euphoria is the best. So good. Yeah. I'm also just like the biggest Zendaya super fan ever. So I watch everything of her. It's like Spider-Man and Euphoria. I'm just a big fan.
Right. And you have a little bit of a crush on Tom Holland too, is that right?
I have a crush on Zendaya and Tom Holland. Both of them was a couple of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, seriously. And watching them together too, I'm like, you guys are just soulmates. You're just meant to be.
It's like the best thing I've ever seen. I'm like, please don't ever break up, otherwise my perception of love will be destroyed.
Right. Then you can write a song about that though, if they do.
I'll write a song about them.
She's All I Want to Be is talking about comparing yourselves to others, that's a hard thing to do, especially when you're on social media. How is your relationship with social media, especially with it being so much a part of your job?
I have a love-hate relationship with social media. I think I obviously love it because everyone can share their talents and their passions and it's like exciting at times. But then again, it can also be just like the worst place ever. And I think it just honestly depends on the day, which is the scariest part of it all, is one day people could be just absolutely destroying someone or loving them. Like it's crazy. People are ruthless on especially like TikTok. So it's very interesting. I try to like stay off of it and just spend time with my friends and family as much as I can. Otherwise, you can get sucked into like a whole other universe.
Yeah, I was going to say easier said than done. And I don't know what it is about TikTok, but the people are mean.
People have no filter. I think it's so crazy because like our 10 years ago when Instagram was like the huge thing. It was like it was the worst part about it was that it was like all just like highlight reels and like all like, oh my God, he looks so good, he looks so good, he looks so good. And that's what was the crazy part about it was all positive and like kind of fake. And then everything started turning like really real. And now people are just mean. So it's like, it's crazy. Like people are, I think it's really crazy because I'm like, I don't think people realize that they're a screen. They're literally people with feelings as well, which is, I mean, it's like been said so many times, but it's so weird. Like it's such a trend to bully on TikTok.
Right now, I think it's easier to like hide behind your profile because so many people, like I'll have people give me like a hate comment and then I'll click their thing and I'm like, oh, there's nothing there. So you can't even like gauge who the person is. So I think that's, yeah.
Oh, it's very wild. I'm very curious to see where TikTok goes because it's very crazy right now.
I know. I'm interested as well, especially because it like formed as like a dancing app and now it's like just become so much more.
Now it's all over the place.
Seriously. I love this song, Feel Like Shit. I think it's so good. And I know that it was inspired by a heartbreak. So what advice do you have for some of your friends who might be going through a heartbreak right now?
I mean, heartbreaks are the worst because I feel like when you have a heartbreak, it's the only person that can actually help is the person that was in the heartbreak. It just makes it just an impossible situation to feel good. I think it's the only thing you can really do is just continue to live your life and try to find things that make you happy outside of this person and you know, try to like just work on yourself. And that sounds so hard to do because everyone always says work on yourself, but it's true. You got to like take time away and focus on what your purpose is, I guess.
Yeah, no, I like that. It's a good time to be like totally selfish.
Totally, 100%. Yeah.
I love that. What do you do on those days where maybe you're like lacking a bit of self-confidence and it's like hard to work on yourself, but you don't want to work on yourself?
Talk to my therapist. My mom's like, you should call your therapist. Okay. Yeah, I think I talk to him when I'm really struggling. And otherwise I feel like I'll be like, let's go to the studio. I need to write really bad. And that's like the biggest therapy for me is when I can just like get in a room with someone and just speak exactly how I feel. Cause then I don't know why I feel like all my problems are solved after I've written a song about it.
Yeah, well, and it makes sense too for like therapy, just talking to someone that has no bias and then just like getting it all out. It's such a good way to process. I love therapy.
Totally. Agreed. I love it.
I'm always jealous of artists too, because I'm like, I hate that, or I don't hate, but I'm envious of the fact that you can like go into the studio and then use that as a form of therapy as well. That's gotta be
totally. I think it's, I feel very lucky that I can do that because I'm like that. And I know a lot of people, they'll like talk to their friends, talk to their whatever. And I'm like, I can literally just have my own perspective on this situation and no one else can tell me that I'm wrong because I'm writing a song about you don't know what it's about.
Really? How is the album coming? Is it finished at this point?
The album's finished, which is crazy. I mean, I think I have gone back and forth like so many times on these songs and, you know, I'm such a perfectionist. So it's like, I'm like, I hate this. It's terrible. And then the next day I'm like, wow, look what I've done. And I think it's just like my brain flip-flops every day. So I finally like finalized it the other day. And I think I'm pretty proud of it right now, but it might change tomorrow. So
I was going to say, are you like at a point where you can go back and switch things up if you want to, or you like can't touch it down?
It's kind of untouchable now. It's kind of like, there we go. So
crazy. Yeah. Cause I remember you said that you had like 29 different mixes of She's All I Want to Be.
Yeah, that's me being literally psychotic. Like I can drive myself because I'll be like, oh, do you not hear that little ting in the back of the music? And they're like, what are you hearing? And I'm like, trust me, it's there and it's going to bother me for the rest of my life.
Right. So every time you hear it.
Yeah.
That's understandable though. It's like yours that you're putting out into the world. So you want to like make sure that it's perfect.
Totally.
And it's also been nice. I love that you've been teasing so much of your album on TikTok. I feel like we already have like a little bit of a grasp into like what the album is going to be, which I was just talking to Charlie Puth like a week ago, and he was talking about like really just sharing so much of his album and how we're like in a time where you can do that with it. Like, yeah. So how does that feel for you?
I mean, yeah, same thing. I think as much as you can like take them into your world of like what I mean, how is it that I'm like, I don't want to wait until my album's out whether they can't hear anything? I mean, we have the capability to put it out there, so might as well. I think as long as it's not just like stuffed in people's faces too much, they won't get annoyed. They'll just be like excited for the songs. And I also just like get really antsy to share stuff. Like I'm like, my managers will be like, really? Like we haven't even cleared that song yet. I'm like, sorry, I was excited.
Has sharing it with your fans then changed the outcome of what the album has become?
Yes.
Yeah.
Their opinions like mean everything to me. Like especially on She's All I Want to Be. Like when I write a song by myself, it's like really easy to doubt yourself and doubt like your writing skills. And I was like, I have no idea what this song is. Like, I don't even know if it's good. I can't tell. And so I put it out on the internet, and like the feedback was like, okay, it's a good song. I can really say.
Do you find that it's like easier or harder to write certain songs? Like, is a sad song maybe easier for you to write?
Yeah, totally. I have a hard time writing happy songs. What?
Crazy.
What? Crazy. None of my songs are happy. No, I think it's like what I said. Like as a person, I'm like a pretty bubbly person. I feel like I like to be happy as much as I can. And I take all my misery out in my writing. Like that's usually my whole thing. It's like all my writing is just basically just like everything, the dark parts of me, which is scary, but that's what it is. So
yeah. I saw a clip of you meeting Drew Barrymore, which is literally my dream. Your reaction I think was just like the cutest thing.
We were on like the red carpet and she was like, Tate? And I was like, what? How do you even know my name? And she was like, I'm such a big fan. And I was like absolutely dying. Like all of her rom-coms I'm obsessed with.
Yeah. Do you know a favorite one of hers, if you can think?
Usually her like movies with Adam Sandler are crazy.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
Yeah. So
good. Is there anyone that you've met in a situation like that where you've been like, this is insane?
When I met Shawn Mendes, I was a little, whoa, you're pretty. Like it was just like he's just like he's so talented and so perfect. And it was I saw him in real life and I was like, wow, I'm really starstruck right now.
Yeah, and he's really tall too, eh?
He's super tall, and he also just like exudes like this. So I was like looking at him, and I was like, I feel like I'm very underwhelming as a person compared to you. You know what I mean?
Literally, I interviewed him one time, and I remember him like walking in the room, and I was like, "What?" Like literally the same react. And I'm like a huge homosexual, and I saw him, and I was like, "You are a beautiful, beautiful human being." The tour is coming up in less than 2 weeks. How are you feeling? How pumped are you?
I mean, I'm so excited. I feel like this is just we've been waiting for this for so long. So it's going to be very fun to get out there, get on the bus, and just experience it all again. I'm very, very excited. I've been waiting for a long time.
Nice. Our cleaning lady is vacuuming. Now it's perfect timing for that. Also, congratulations on being the face of Maybelline. That's so exciting.
Thank you. That was like a dream of mine. Like I was like, no way,
How did you find out about it? How did it come about?
And they honestly just like emailed our team, and they were like, we would love for Tate to be part of this. And I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's so crazy. Well, Tate, congratulations. All the success is always so fun to catch up with you. And hopefully next time we're back in person making TikToks and all the things.
Hell yeah. All right. Nice talking to you.
But what we had people do as they were coming in is ask you questions into a Q&A box.
Perfect.
So this is going to be the easiest interview that I've ever done because these are all questions supplied by you. Also, I still have my friendship bracelet on.
Mine broke. Oh, the you tied broke.
Oh yeah, that's totally my fault. That's funny. Okay, so let's get right into the questions. You ready? Okay, the first one says, when are you going to release We're Dying?
Maybe soon. Who knows? Do you want it? The whisper right now?
Amazing. Actually, we need to talk about this fan right here, Ethan.
Yeah, you're killer.
Yeah, so good. He was supposed to go on a family vacation today, but then found out he was coming here, so switched the flights to tomorrow.
Shut up.
It's going to be going on a plane by himself. Yeah, all for you.
Tell your family I'm so sorry. And that you love them a lot.
Amazing. Okay, this next question is, what is your favorite song to perform?
Right now it's She's All I Want to Be.
Nice.
In concert. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
It's the best.
That's nice. Is it hard to transition some songs to be acoustic?
Yeah, that song's actually harder to transition acoustic just because it's like you want to still keep it upbeat and stuff. It's also just like a hard song to sing. Like it's difficult.
Well, you make it seem like nothing. So good job.
Thanks.
How do you prepare yourself mentally for a tour? This one's from Selena.
Honestly, mentally, it's like not so, I think like it's more physically because like singing and dancing together is like exhausting. But yeah, mentally, I mean, I'm just honestly so excited every time I get to go on tour. So I don't really have to like, I'm just excited to see everyone.
Yeah. Physically, what do you do?
I have to, sometimes I jump on a trampoline and I'll like sing.
Nice.
I tried to do what Beyonce does. She like runs on the treadmill and sings at the same time.
I saw a TikTok of like Miley Cyrus running on the treadmill. And like
it's a real thing.
Yeah, and it sounds insane. Like, how does someone even do that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't sound that good on the treadmill. I mean, I'm dying within seconds.
Okay, next question. How did you know you wanted to pursue a career in music full time?
I mean, I just fell in love with writing, and I think once people started to connect with my music, I was like, oh, this is a real thing. And then eventually I just, ended up getting to perform on stages for you all. And I don't know, it happened really fast, but it honestly just came from a stem of like loving to write and you guys connecting with it.
Right. Was there ever a thought of like, oh, I'll go to university or like do this or that?
Never.
No?
Never. I never once considered college.
Good thing it worked out.
Yeah, I know.
Amazing. At what point in your career do you feel like you finally made it big?
I don't know if I would ever feel like that. I feel like there's so many moments that are like major milestones that I'm probably going to want to hit and things I want to accomplish and things I have already. But, I feel like there's never going to be a moment like, oh, I made it. Yeah. I feel like that's the cool part about music is you can like always go up and you can always improve.
What's the next thing on the list?
Lots of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the hardest song on the album for you to write? Thank you for your question.
Probably this song called Hate Myself. I just wrote that song, like, you can hear me, like, crying on the record because I wrote it after, like, a breakup, like, literally an hour after a breakup. And it was just genuinely so difficult to write. And I remember I was just like, I have no idea how to put this into words and I have no idea how to talk about this. And then it was terrible to sing because sobbing and singing at the same time doesn't work very well.
Similar to the treadmill.
Right.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Amazing. How do you get down, or do you get downtime, and what do you do when that's possible?
I don't like to take a lot of downtime, but when I do, well, I just honestly, like, I like to be writing all the time. It's just something I do is like for fun, or like, I don't know, at least seeing friends or stuff. If I get downtime, I usually like to go away. Get out of LA.
Cabo.
I like to go to Cabo. Yeah, I'll like go on a vacation or something. But
nice. It's a tough world. How do you manage criticism and not let it get to you? By the way, you're awesome.
Thank you. I think it's sometimes ignorance is bliss. I mean, it's like if you know who you are and you know what you want to do and what you want to accomplish and what you're passionate about, you got to just keep your head forward. I think the more you look around and the more you compare yourself to others and try to let others tear you down, there's absolutely no point in that. And I mean, if you love something, you just do it. Nothing's cringy. Nothing's embarrassing. I mean, life is life. You only get one chance to do it. So might as well, just be confident.
I love that. Yeah, that's awesome. Is it hard to stay grounded with having such success and fame at such a young age?
No, my family keeps me very grounded.
Yeah.
Yep. They like to remind me that I still need to do my chores. I still need to do my laundry. I still need to...
You might be Tate McRae, but you're still Tate.
I'm still... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite part of the job?
Yeah, I mean, performing has slowly become, like, my favorite thing ever. Like, concerts are so fun. And obviously, like, my whole tour this year is just, like, the best time ever. The fans are my favorite people ever. So it's so fun.
Yeah, and so wild that you didn't have that for such a big part of your career.
I know. I thought I was going to hate performing. I was always it's going to be so nerve-wracking, and it's like slowly became my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah. This is a good question. How did you decide which parts of your unreleased songs to tease?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's usually just like my favorite parts of the song. So whether that's like a verse or whether that's like a pre-chorus or something, I'll just like do whatever like my ear always goes to first. or I want people to hear first.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Teasing's a specialty.
Takes a special talent. What was it like working with Charlie Puth on What Would You Do? I'm a huge fan of both of you.
Aw. Charlie Puth is a genius. He's a psychopath as well. He's just like honestly always in the move. He's like honestly one of the most talented people I've ever met. So many things going on in his head at once, but I don't even know how he like manages to write music with like that much knowledge. I think sometimes he's like, I want to play everything and everything at once, and I make sure that I hear everything at once. So sometimes you're in the studio and you're like, what is going on right now? He's playing 7 instruments at the same time.
Yeah. Wild. And that perfect pitch.
Yeah, such
Like a magic.
Yeah, he's really, really talented. I love him.
Yeah. Juliana Jones asks, artist to artist, what would be the best piece of advice that you would give to someone who wants to be in songwriting rooms with other great artists?
I mean, all I can say is just like keep putting yourself out there, because like connections are so important. It's just like making friends and letting like sharing your art. I feel like that's the only thing that I've done. I have no idea how I got into this music industry other than the fact that I just posted YouTube videos and then posted TikToks and then posted, I just, as much as I could, just like put myself out there and have no fear to do that. And then you're going to make connections over time and start meeting really, really talented people. So good luck with everything. Of course.
Speaking of TikTok, this one says, do you think that TikTok contributed to your success?
Yeah. I mean, I think like You Broke Me First totally took off on there out of my control. That was crazy. Same with She's All I Want to Be. Like, I feel like it definitely like makes me closer to fans, which I think allows me, like, they can help me decide what I want to release and stuff, which I love.
Yeah, that's so nice to have that like just in your palm of your hand.
Totally.
Yeah. This one says, drop the skincare routine.
Guys, I'm trying to build a skincare routine so badly. I use water. I just splash water on my face.
One of those.
But I need to develop one. I'm trying. I'm like researching. Just haven't gotten to that yet.
So if you guys have skincare tips for Tate during the photo portion, let her know.
I need some.
What's your favorite city or place to visit on tour?
Toronto.
You gotta say this.
I gotta say Toronto. Toronto was actually one of my favorites. Then Boston was also so fun. And then like Chicago was amazing. And then obviously like Australia was just crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Those are all the fan questions. Great questions, guys. You guys did amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed catching up with Tate McRae and reliving some of these moments that we've had with her. If you want to see more, make sure that you subscribe, because she'll, of course, be coming back for more interviews in the future, because she's got a very long career ahead of her. So comment down below. Let us know your favorite thing about Tate McRae and why you love being a Tatertot so much. And we'll see you next time.